So hello dear students, now we will discuss about the other things that is very most essential things for living our life. Okay, so the next one is your water. Earlier we had already discussed about the air, now we will discuss about the water. As we are very well known about that, our earth surface is covered with the 3/4 of water. Okay, 3/4 of our earth is covered with the water. Only 3% of only 3% of total water we can use. It means rest of the percents that is unfit for our use. Okay. Now why it is not we can use? We cannot able to use that rest portion of the total water because they are having the many more impurities. You know, the impurities that are not means impurities is a type of substances that makes the water unfit for use. Okay, so the substances that make the water unfit for use are called impurities. Okay students, so as you know that impurities may be soluble in the water, may be insoluble in the water. So there is a two types of impurities. The first one is a soluble impurities and next one is your insoluble impurities. Okay, soluble impurities, it means the impurities which can easily be soluble in the water. It means, so for example, salt of potassium, salt of magnesium, salt mixes with the water. These are the example you can take in your life, that these type of things is known as soluble impurities. Okay, the next one is insoluble impurities. It means that impurities are never be going to mix with the water. Okay, like a sand. If you are having a sand and you are just going to mix with the water, you cannot able to mix it very well. Okay, now mud with water, these all are the things. This is known as the insoluble impurities. Okay students, so for making that water is fit for our drinking, for fit for our using, we need to remove the impurities from the water. So how we can remove? So we need different ways to remove the soluble as well as insoluble impurities from water. You have definitely seen in your house, your mother is always be going to cook rice or for pulses, and before means cooking that things, they need to be just wash it. Okay, so what are the process for washing the rice and pulses? You just definitely wash to your mother. Okay, then you will get that what do you mean by the sedimentation, what do you mean by the decantations. Okay, so now we will discuss about what are the different ways to remove the soluble impurities. Okay, so dear students, just have a look how we can remove the soluble impurities. As very well known that by the process of evaporation we can remove the soluble impurities from the water. We can remove by the distillation process. What will happen? You have to just notice in your mind that the evaporation in this process, the solution containing soluble impurities, and when we are just providing the heat to the utensils, all the water are getting evaporate. Okay, now it will change into the steam and the impurities are just left behind in the utensils. Okay, so by the process of evaporation we can easily get the impurities in the utensils. Okay, left. Now what will happen with the distillation? The evaporation, in the process of evaporation, when the water mixes into the air in the form of vapor, and only impurities are left behind. But in the distillation, both impurities as well as in the pure water are just obtained in the distillation. Now impure water is getting heated into a flask. Then after we are just providing the heat, then what will happen? The steam are now just getting passed into the funnel, and in the beaker we are just getting back to the water. Now that water is known as distilled water, and the impurities are just stick out with the wall of that funnel. Okay, now by this process we can just get the soluble impurities. Okay, now dear students, you have to know that how we can remove the insoluble impurities. Insoluble impurities, it means the sedimentation. Sedimentation is the process by which you have seen that diagram. I think it is better understanding for you that when we are having the water and just add some amount of sand. Okay, now water and sand, when we are just stir it well and rest it for a half hours and 1 hour, then you will get all the sand, the particles of the sand are getting settled down at the bottom of that beaker. Okay, it never be going to mix with the water and sand. Have you seen that? That's why it is called the insoluble impurities. Means the sand is insoluble in the water. That's why we need to just remove that sand. How we can remove? Now another process we can use like a decantation. Look here, the sand which is just getting settled down at the bottom of the beaker. Now in another beaker we can just remove out the clean water which is just form the layer in the upper side of the beaker. Okay, now we will get the clean water and the sand we will get in the another beaker. Okay, so by this process we can just separate it with each other. Getting my point, students? So by the process of decantation, and this process you have definitely seen in your house also. You know, after sedimentation, the clean water is poured gently into a separate container without disturbing the sediment of impurities. This process is known as a decantation. And you know, the rate of sedimentation can be increased. The rate of sedimentation can be increased by adding chemical like alum, and this is known as a loading. Okay. And then another one process is your filtration. Filtration is a method by which we can just separate. We have to just arrange such type of apparatus. Okay, you have definitely seen in your laboratory. You know, we have to make just a filter paper. Okay, we have to just use the filter paper into this conical flask, and we need to use the magic water like a decantation. Okay, what will happen? This method is used to separate water from the insoluble impurities like sand or muddy by using a filter paper. Here I am using a filter paper. Okay, so to filter a mixture of water and sand, a cone of filter paper is made and kept inside a funnel. This funnel is having a filter paper inside it. Okay, now the mixture is just a little bit and slowly poured into that funnel. Now the sand doesn't pass through the filter paper. Means this filter paper will stop all the particles of the sand and just pass the only clean water. Getting my point? Now then what will happen? This process, this is known as residue. Means whatever we are getting in the filter paper, this is known as residue. Okay, and this is known as your filtrate. Now the clean water comes out of the filter paper and is collected in the flask which is below just into the funnel. This is called the filtrate. This is called the filtrate, and the things which we are getting into the funnel on the filter paper, that is known as residue. This is known as filtrate. Such process is known as filtration. Okay, I think it is clear to all. You have to remember in your mind that how we can remove the soluble impurities by two processes, evaporation as well as the distillation process. How we can remove the insoluble impurities? By the three processes. That is first one is your sedimentation process, the second one is your decantation, and the next one is your filtration. Okay, what do you mean by the residue? Residue is the part of particles of the mud, or you can say the particles of the sand which we are getting on the filter paper. This is known as a residue, and the things which we are getting which allow to pass into the funnel, that is known as a filtrate. This is your filtrate. Okay, this is your filtrate, and this is the things which we are getting. This is known as a residue. Get it my point, students? So is there any confusion? Okay, now just watch this video carefully and read entire the chapter. Thank you for watching this video.